one thing we all try to avoid this time of year is hitting potholes. Some of us are better at that than others, but these are part of the natural road life cycle, and over time they begin to show wear and tear in the form of potholes.
I'll let you know, this weekend I was really bad at avoiding them. I hit a lot. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Willoughby, who's breaking down how these potholes form after major rain and snow events.
As the snow melts due to rising temperatures, the moisture gets absorbed into the concrete. Once the temperatures drop down again, the water will freeze and expand, creating cracks and damage, shortening the road's life cycle.
So again, we have that water saturating the ground. It actually gets into the layers of concrete. We have a lot of different layers of pavement that come into play. There's a surface layer, which is kind of breathable, but actually a little bit more of a tight mixture. And then there's different components and different layers of asphalt that actually builds up a roadway. So the water can saturate into those different layers, and as it gets deeper and deeper, that's what we're seeing actually cause this uprooting of the pavement.
When it comes to fixing potholes, the timing has to be good, or the repairs won't be able to have a long-term fix.
In some of these areas, we have such high traffic volume, so it's very difficult to take out a lane during the day. So that's where we might have to look into the night work that's possible. Something that comes into play then is whether or not, like if we had to apply pavement markings, which is paint, if we have to apply that, is it actually going to be warm enough for that to stick?
If you are driving and see a pothole in front of you, Hoagland recommends doing this.
The number one thing is that unfortunately sometimes we do have these encounters when it is where you're supposed to be in your driving lane, and we don't want you to swerve. Sometimes there is no way to avoid it.
ODOT leaders say these are temporary fixes until they can do full repairs during the spring and summer months. With more winter weather expected for the following months, roads will remain impacted until winter has ended and spring arrives.
So Matt, what causes potholes to sprout every day, it seems like?
Yeah, Mel, well, to break it down for you in a bit of a good display of how potholes form, at least with either rainwater or just plain water, it tends to seep through those roadways, and that's what we get a little bit of that softened base. Now, if you add ice to that, that's what expands those roadways and at least that concrete. But once that ice melts, it actually leaves a bit of a mold in those roadways, and that's when you do in fact see those potholes be created, and eventually it falls through. But with heavy traffic going in and in and in, that creates that pothole to become wider and wider. And that's why that vehicle health may at least deplore a little bit as you go throughout the next several months. So hopefully, of course, as you go throughout the next months and the summer months, they'll be able to get some of those permanent fixes. Reporting live in studio, I'm meteorologist Matt Willoughby, W2O 11.